In the last lesson, you added integers using a number line. This is a great way to understand integer addition, but it's not practical to draw a number line every time you need to add two integers together. So mathematicians have come up with some rules that you use to guide you in adding integers. The more integers you add together, the better you'll get at it, and you won't have to think about the rules anymore. This is very important as you move forward in math. Let's just jump right in by working some example problems. We'll start by working example problems that have the same sign. We're going to start by adding 8 plus 7 following the rules. Now you've been able to add 8 plus 7 since kindergarten, but we're going to do it following the rules and make sure we get the same answer. So the first step is to add the absolute values of the integers. So the absolute value of 8 is 8, and the absolute value of 7 is 7, and 8 plus 7 is 15. The next step is to figure out the sign. A positive plus a positive is equal to a positive. So 8 plus 7 is equal to 15. Now we'll add negative 8 plus negative 7. We again start by adding the absolute values of the integers. Absolute value of negative 8 is 8. Absolute value of negative 7 is 7. 8 plus 7 is still equal to 15. The difference is that a negative plus a negative is equal to a negative. So our final answer is that negative 8 plus negative 7 is equal to negative 15. Now we'll look at some examples where the integers that we're adding have opposite signs. The first step is to subtract the absolute values of the integers, larger minus smaller. The absolute value of 9 is 9. The absolute value of negative 13 is 13. 13 is bigger than 9, so we're going to take 13 minus 9 and get 4. Now we have to figure out the sign. The sign of the sum is the same as the sign of the addend that has the larger absolute value. So 13 is bigger than 9, and 13 had a negative sign. So our answer has to have a negative sign. So 9 plus negative 13 is equal to negative 4. Now we're going to add negative 9 plus 13. Since they have opposite signs, we're going to follow these same rules, and we're going to start by subtracting the absolute values of the integers, larger minus smaller. So the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. Absolute value of 13 is 13. 13 is still bigger than 9, and 13 minus 9 is 4. The sign of the sum is the same as the sign of the addend that has the larger absolute value. 13 is still bigger than 9, but this time 13 had a positive sign in the original problem, so our answer is going to be positive. Negative 9 plus 13 is a positive 4. The rules seem a bit tedious to use at first, but you need to follow them until you really get the hang of it. Eventually, you'll be able to add integers in your head. This is a very important skill, so practice, practice, practice.